married to Gary for at least a year and a half around that time. Like
Right.
2009 and 10. I was married to Gary for a while. I remember me and Gary would sit there and we just look at each other and we'd be like, "We're wrestling again." Yep. Yeah, we wrestled. I was married to him for quite a bit because we did the AIW show, and then we would work each other at in Texas at ACW, and we would wrestle at St. Louis. So yeah, me and him worked each other quite a bit.
Right. The ones that come to mind for me are you did the TLC at Circus Maximus. You did the main event of Guilty by Association, which that was a good little angle. Like he stole the belt from you, which we'll actually get to that story in a second because that's a really good story. Where he steals the belt from you, then you actually wrestle me, and then like put me in the submission, and you're gonna fucking like break my back or something unless Gary will accept the match for Guilty by Association. So he does, and you guys have the main event, and you beat him. That was a really good story arc, but it's almost ruined by WWE legendary tag team, the Nasty Boys, which I'll tell that story real quick. So the Nasty Boys, me and Evan are told that the Nasty Boys are going to beat us up on the show. They're supposed to show up. We're supposed to do something with them. So there's no Nasty Boys. And Evan has to wrestle Fitchett in the Lone Star Classic. So as it's almost time for him to wrestle, it's like a fucking movie. We look out, because the way the locker room's set up at the Mohawk is you're kind of up on like an outside patio so you can see down into the street. And we look outside, and walking down fucking Red River in their gear is the fucking Nasty Boys. And I'm like, okay, so I guess they're going to show up. So, but Evan's up now, and this is when all this is supposed to happen. So we go downstairs, the fucking Nasty Boys are there. And I go up to I go up to Brian Knobs. I go, "Hello, sir. Matt, nice to meet you." I go, "Hey, I think we're supposed to be doing something with you guys. Like, are we doing that? Because I'm trying to figure out what we're doing." Motherfucker looks right at me and goes, "Kayfabe, what the fuck?" Like, motherfucker, you're in the locker room. Like, there's no fans back here. But he never answers me. So out we go. I'm managing Evan. As he's in the ring fucking working Fitchett, what's
Barry Breeze?
No, it's the midget, Stan Summers.
Oh, Stan.
Yeah. So Stan Summers comes out, tugs on my fucking pants, and goes, "The Nasty Boys, they're gonna come out and no bumps, just powder out." Okay, cool. I keep managing. Here he comes again. "Hey, they're gonna pop you once, just bump and powder out." Okay, cool. So I'm supposed to cut a promo talking about we're the best tag team, and when I say we're better than Nasty Boys, they come out as a big surprise, which would have been super fucking cool, because you would never expect that they actually are going to come out.
Right.
So I cut this promo, nothing. They don't come out. I keep talking, they don't come out. Finally, I look up, the motherfuckers are looking at me from the balcony. They're not coming out.
They're drinking.
They're drinking, looking at us, and now the whole crowd sees them. So the surprise is ruined.
Yeah.
They're up on the fucking balcony. So finally I say some kind of line like, "Brian Knobs, the only fucking thing you've ever done in this business is pack Hulk Hogan's kids' lunch." That finally gets them to come out. And
That's a great line.
And I figure, all right, they're going to pop us once, we're going to powder out. Fucking Jerry Sags comes in with a steel chair and swings that fucker at my head as hard as he could swing it. Thank God I get my arm up, because he would have fucking killed me. He just destroys my fucking arm with this chair. They barely touch Evan, give him the pity city, and he powders out. I storm to the fucking back, and I go up to Darren. I go, "Darren, if that was anyone other than Jerry Sags, I'd beat that motherfucker's ass." I was so mad.
Dude, they pretty much held the show for hostage. I never forget. It was before one of my matches, and I'm sitting in the Gorilla at ACW, and this is before what it was now. So you remember we used to have to go through the bar, and then there used to be that little door, the little hallway entrance where you used to go through?
Yeah, with the bathroom off to the side? Yeah.
yeah, my music's playing, and I'm getting ready, and I know my cue. I was coming out to the show goes on, and I usually come out a little bit early, and Jerry Sachs, he grabs me and goes, "Come here, kid." And he proceeds to give me this like 15-minute fucking talk. And it's funny because I learned a very valuable lesson about the business that day. He goes, "You got to make them wait for you, kid. Make them want you." So my interest in music is just playing constantly. And then people are just sitting there like clapping, like ACH, to the point where they just stop clapping because they're like, "Where the hell is he? He's not coming out." So then I walk out with Jerry Sachs to no reaction. My reaction, my pop dies down. He comes out with a beer. He's drunk off his ass. He's got his arm around me. He's like, "See, kid, I just made you a star today."
Yeah, you're the most, at this time, you're the most over fucking wrestler in the state of Texas, and Jerry Sachs made you that night. Remember, they were throwing beers and shit across the building? Like, it was getting pretty bad. Like,
they got out of hand.
Like, it was getting bad. I don't want to spend too much time talking about the fucking Nasty Boys, but the two more quick bullet points.
Poor Ricky.
Well, that's what I'm getting to. Okay. Is first, you like remember like they're shithouse drunk.
Yeah.
Now we've done a segment with them. They don't remember.
Yeah.
And they're looking at you. He says something, and then he goes, "Well, you know, you're a wrestler." And then you go, "Well, I don't know if I'd call what I do wrestling," as a joke. And fucking Brian Knobs leans in and goes, "If you ever say that again, I'll fucking floor you."
Yeah.
And to put a bow on this, like, they were shitty people that day. Ricky Rabita, and I don't remember who else was in his car, they're taking them back to the hotel.
Yep.
And the Nasty Boys are like, "Hey, we appreciate you taking us back to the hotel. Go through this Taco Bell drive-thru, we'll get food." And they go through the drive-thru. The Nasty Boys order all the food. They order food. They get up to the window, time to pay, and the fucking Nasty Boys go, "Oh, pay the fucking person." And didn't pay for their food.
Didn't he even say, and I believe he said that he would cover the bill too.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he said he was going to buy them food for taking them back to the hotel. They order all the food, and the motherfucker don't cover the bill. Nasty Boys.
Pro wrestling got its best. That was a glimpse into the 80s right there. That's what that was.
Yeah.
Fun side story. The next day, the reason they're in town, because it's like a Comic-Con or something.
Yeah.
We go to it, and we have to avoid them because they we just don't want to be seen with them. Biss and I go try to meet Ted DiBiase, and he snubs us. And then Biss is like, Biss finally convinces him to get a picture, and then he's like, "Do you want one, kid?" I'm like, "I'd rather not." And I just walk away. And I'm like, dude, like Biss really wanted it. I liked Ted DiBiase for a long time, but Biss was a big DiBiase mark. Still might be. I don't know. I think Biss is dead right now. But like Biss, you could tell Biss really wanted this picture. Yeah. And fucking Ted was just being such a fucking ass about it.
He still had a great bump and feed, though.
You know what? Can't take it away from him.
He could fucking light me on fire, and his bump and feed was still immaculate.
And Zags and Knobs made a hell of a bologna and fucking mustard sandwich.